Hey guys, welcome back. It's Data Strain, and this is going to be my official comparison and my versus video for the Maschine MK3 and the MPC Live. At first, I was going to do a demonstration of both, kind of like next to each other, overhead view of the whole thing, kind of like I did with the Push 2 in the Maschine. But quite honestly, like, I just really don't want to unbox the MPC again, personally. Now, don't let that discourage you from trying it. Don't let that discourage you from buying it. It's just coming from a Maschine and Ableton workflow. It just was not for me, personally, but you could very well love it, right? So I've got 10 different categories, essentially, that I picked to really compare the two of them, that you can, keep this as a thought in your mind, but I definitely recommend trying both to see if you feel the same way or not. And at the end, I'm going to ask you guys what you thought, which one you have, which one you prefer. But for right now, let's just get right into the list. So first and foremost is going to be portability. Portability is the first category here, and this one I'm going to give to the MPC Live, especially because it's literally just one box in which you can make your whole production on, and then other than headphones or speakers, nothing else is really required. And the fact that it has a tons of inputs and outputs that you can use to connect MIDI controllers that you already have to it, make the workflow a little easier. It essentially is a computer all on its own, so no laptop is really required. So portability is going to go to the MPC Live. And the next one is going to be functionality. Now, functionality-wise, I'm going to give it to Maschine, and the reason being is because with it being connected to a computer, it allows it to be used with your favorite VSTs and with NKS, their format for, plugins, so you can easily browse and edit your favorite plugins right from the Maschine controller itself. The touch strip too. The touch strip is a huge difference, and the reason why is because with the MPC Live, if you do like if you're doing melodic pad work, you don't have any kind of like pitch bend or mod wheel or anything to work with, whereas with the Maschine you can use it for pitch bends, mod wheels, for the perform effects, and for strumming of notes. So for functionality wise, I'm gonna give this one to Maschine. User friendliness. So this is really going to depend on the type of user yourselves, whether or not you already use the MPC software or if you're an old school MPC head. But personally, again, I'm going to give this one to Maschine, because with dedicated buttons and shift and pad commands clearly labeled on the controller, it is very easy to build muscle memory with and create quickly. Any function that you need is easily accessible with minimal clicks needed, and that's exactly why I like the Maschine MK3. With the MPC Live, a lot of the functions do rely on the touchscreen and you having to actually go on the touchscreen, go to certain pages to do certain things, whereas with the Maschine MK3, most functions that you will ever need are clearly labeled on the controller and can be reached either with one dedicated button or a shift and pad press. With the MPC Live's 2.3 update, there are shift and pad menus, but essentially all it does is bring you to a certain page, and then again you're going to be going back on the touchscreen to accomplish things. Project handling. This includes song modes and arrangements. This is going to go to the MPC, and the reason why is because with the MPC you can have different time signatures and BPM per sequence to make crazy, progressive, or just wild songs of different time signatures. With Maschine, you're stuck with one tempo for basically the entire project, and every scene is going to have a certain restriction to it, whether it's your pattern length or something like that. You really don't have a whole lot of freedom, and Maschine just straight up doesn't have a real song mode. It has an arranger, which is close but not quite as expressive as the MPC has. And not only that, the fact that you can name and save projects with the touchscreen's keyboard is awesome. The MPC Live's keyboard actually has a QWERTY keyboard on it, so you can name projects from. In the last video that I did, I named the project demo for YouTube, and you can see how that works. So that is one area where the touchscreen is excellent and provides great functionality. When it comes to sound quality, this one was kind of tough, so I went ahead and gave it a tie between the two. And even though Native Instruments sound library is better in my opinion, the fact that the MPC Live has similar sounds and sound quality as a standalone is pretty stellar. Maschine's effects, though, are much better to my ear. When it comes to connectivity, the next one, MPC Live wins hands down. It's got more inputs and outputs. The fact that it's standalone, you have two main outputs, four auxiliary outputs, I think 2 or 4 inputs. You have 2 phono inputs, 2 line inputs, 2 USB ports. You just can't beat that with connectivity. The only thing that the Maschine MK3 has over the MPC Live is that the Maschine has a mic in where the MPC Live does not. Now, this is going to be the big one, the pads. In my opinion, Maschine has much better pads. Mostly because the MPC Live's pads, even though they're velvety on top and they feel really nice, they're very stiff, and after a while I noticed that my fingertips started to hurt, which was kind of strange, especially because I do a lot of finger drumming in my spare time. So that was different, and the response of the pads is fantastic for percussion, but for melodic work I felt it was lacking a little bit. I was never getting the tones and the sounds and the velocities that I really wanted when I was playing, and you basically have to adjust it to the right sensitivity, but I didn't have to do that with Maschine out of the box. When it comes to user interface, the actual interface itself, I'm going to give it to Maschine. And although it has its shortcomings, Maschine's UI is much easier to navigate and manipulate. The MPC UI and software are very clunky and non-intuitive, especially if you've never used an MPC before. When it comes to user friendliness and like interface, Maschine is definitely going to take the cake on that one in my opinion. Now this next category, power, how powerful are each of them? I'm going to give it to the MPC. Now the Maschine is as powerful as the computer you have it connected to, but the MPC Live is powerful on its own as a standalone device and can also be connected to the computer and used in a Maschine style workflow to have all your favorite VSTs and your favorite instruments available to you at any given time. So power wise, MPC Live definitely takes the cake on that one. The final comparison is going to be on price, and this one again, I gave this one a tie, and the reason being is because even though the Maschine MK3 is technically cheaper, you do need a decent computer in order to use it. The price of the Maschine MK3 and a new laptop can easily match or exceed the cost of the MPC Live. The Live is much more expensive though, even used, if you already have a good computer to work with. So that's kind of tough, you know, like when it comes to price. If you already have a good computer, the Maschine MK3 is going to be cheaper, but if you don't, the price of a new laptop in the Maschine is going to equal the price of the MPC Live, if not exceed it, easily. So in the end, who wins? You decide. I know who I'm going to go for. I personally am enamored with the Maschine MK3. I've been a Native Instruments fanboy for years now. I had a feeling it was going to end up this way, and even though the touchscreen and the workflow is interesting and cool or whatever on the MPC Live, you just can't beat the Maschine workflow in my opinion, even with everything the MPC Live offers. But I want to know which one you guys like, which ones you own, which ones you have owned, which one you prefer, what you don't like about it. Let me know down in the comments below which your favorite is and which one you disliked the most. I'm really interested to seeing what you guys have to say about this. And if you have any other points that I maybe didn't cover in this video, feel free to drop comments down below and I can either remake a new video or we can just get a conversation rolling in the comment section. So thank you guys for watching. As always, this has been Data Strain. If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up. If you disliked the video, give me a thumbs down and let me know why. Make sure that if you do subscribe to hit the bell icon so you can be notified of all my new videos. This is going to be, I'm trying to do at least 2 a week now at this point, so keep an eye out because I'm going to be coming out with lots of good stuff. If you want to support me, you can find a Patreon link down in the description and also my Instagram link if you want to see the music that I work on in my spare time. So again, thank you guys. This has been Data Strain and I will catch you on the next video.